Hello friends, welcome and welcome back to Aiming Phases. My name is Chivis and today we are doing an update on our quilt. I have been working on, last time I saw you guys, we sewed them all the pieces together. We were cutting them and we were pressing them open. Now that they are all pressed open, I've been working on squaring them all off, making sure all of our squares are a square. And I'm going to start trying to figure out how I want to arrange it. But I don't have floor space to lay out how the quilt would look. So what I'm wanting to do, and even though I'm not fully moved in here yet, to this other room, I want to set up a wall, this wall, with some fabric that I have so I can kind of like put the pieces of the fabric, the quilt on there to see more or less how they're going to look, move them around, and then once we bring them down, we'll go ahead and sew them all together. And then we'll have the top of our quilt. I'm still pending what I'm going to put for the back. I haven't found a fabric. I'm not sure if it's going to be a usable piece or a decorative piece. I want to be able to use it. And if that's the case, then I do want something soft for the back. But we shall see. The goal for today is to have our quilt top completed, and then we'll worry about the rest later. Before we get started, if you haven't already, so you hit that subscribe button, enable your notification bell, that we will be notified every time that I upload a video. If at any point throughout this video you like what you see, make sure you hit that like button. It is free and it helps a lot. Let's go. So I don't have great lighting in here. I have the window and I just turned on the light, which is very dull, but it is kind of cloudy outside. So if the light fluctuates in and out, you guys know why. I'm going to move this little cart over. I do want to move this cart out eventually. Not entirely sure when or if. I've been having a few thoughts on how I want to do it. I was thinking that I might just leave that the dresser or the vanity on that side. But this is the fabric that I have. It is literally just plain black. What is it? Let me find the label. Let me find the label around it and I'll show you. It is 1.5 yards of brushed fleece. I have this black one and I have some white. I wanted to use the white. I have no idea where it is. So I'm just going to go with the black. It is temporary, so it should be fine. And I'm literally just going to stretch it out through this wall this way. I don't think it's going to be large enough, but we shall see. I have some thumbtacks with me here that I'm going to be using to secure it to the wall. So I've done what I believe is the hardest part, which is going across the top. It is by no means straight, but you can't see that, so we're going to leave it that way. I am going to try to straighten it out a little bit just so it holds a little bit better. I did find this little mallet that I'm using just to hold this in place. Again, this is not a permanent solution. It literally just is. In the meantime, I do want to buy the like the felt tiles that are meant for holding stuff like this. But this is what is working now, so we're going to continue using it for a while. Alrighty, I could try to pull it a little bit more. All right, I think that'll work for now. Let me bring the pieces of quilt that I have ready. I have all of the blue with the white. I'm still just finishing up the printed with the white side, but let me bring what I have so we can kind of see how it starts to look, and the idea more or less of what I have. All right, so these are the squares that I've cut out. These are just the white with the dark blue, and then I have 4 of the other squares that I have, and they should hold just like this. That's why I wanted to do this. See? Magic. So this is where I would be starting in the center, just kind of pinning and piecing. The idea that I have around it, we would fill it with the blue ones. So all of this around is going to be filled with the blue. I'll bring you guys close, a little bit closer in just a bit, just so we can start to see how this is going to begin to look. It's going to start to take shape all around. And then once we have this all set, then we will be able to just take down row by row, sew them, hopefully by then, which is by the end of this video, hopefully, I'm able to have, well, I would like to have the sewing machine in here, so I don't have to take them all the way back to the other room. But, I mean, I could temporarily bring one. I don't have a table in here as of yet. That's kind of what my hesitation has been. I'm waiting to see if I find a table or if I bring the table that I have, and then I would look for another table for that other room. And more than anything, I'm kind of looking for a stand where I can put the engraver, the laser cutter and engraver. So once we have the, let me bring you guys a little bit closer. Voila. Whew, a little bit too bright. Too bright, too bright. Let me, all right. So, right about there. So if you see here, we are starting to form that dark blue square. And I'll show you guys a reference photo again of more or less what I'm looking to make. So you guys can start to see it take shape. I believe this would be a print one, so that doesn't go there. However, we do have to finish off this one here. Let's see. Filled in with print ones. So all of this needs to be print, which then we would have to turn everything else out. Let me go and let me go and square off some more of the print ones so we can start actually piecing it together. I'm going to go ahead and remove all of these because they're not where they need to be. However, we do have a whole wall where we can just stick them, and it'll be a lot easier to grab them whenever we need them. So we're just going to go ahead and move these out of the way. Then I'm going to go and bring some more of the print ones. So all of these then would be print to close off this print diamond in the center. And then we start with the blue. Perfect. All right, let me go ahead and get some more of these blue ones then. I mean the print ones. And then I'll be back so we can start to rearrange them again. I am back with a few of these prints. And I'm just going to see, maybe playing around with color a little bit. I have a few of the same print of each. I just don't want to mix them up and not have like a good balance of color, which is kind of what I'm looking at. move some colors around once we have them set. From here, we would have then the start of our first blue blue square. So I can kind of come around and start piecing these together, which would then, from there, we would go back to print. So kind of doing these more or less where they would look good. I mean, the blue is the easiest part, honestly, because you're just piecing. Let me zoom you guys out manually. So the blue is easy because it literally just kind of frames it, and then we have white with print, print with white, another set of blue, and then I think we have one more of print on the edge. I took my tablet to the other room, so I'm not entirely sure how this would work up at the edges, but kind of seeing this pieced together in this manner. And again, these just kind of fill in the blocks there. And here, this white one goes here. Do we see the vision? I see the vision. I like the vision so far. Yeah, we're just kind of filling in squares there. I need a few more blue ones, which I do have up here. Up here. In that way. And then I need a few more down here. Go this way. This one goes this way. And then I think I need one more this way. It's like Tetris. We're just filling in filling in blocks. All right. So this is the current vision of what we have so far. We still need, I believe it's going to be white with print or white with blue. I don't remember exactly what it is. Let me go double check. Whoops. Let me go double check if it's going to be white with blue and then print, or if it's print around. Be right back. So I started to put the print ones up top. I forgot to turn on the light. Give me a quick second. There we are. I'm starting to put the print up here. I don't think I'm gonna have enough space up there, but we'll figure it out eventually. I'm honestly just trying to not put the same print on the same side. So for example, this one has it, so this one wouldn't, the same print I wouldn't put down in this area here. This one's up here, so I'm trying to avoid it here, so then it would probably go on these two sides here that I have. See if I scoot you guys back a little bit now that it's a little bit bigger. You guys can see it better there. And then from here we do have another blue and then print and then the end square, which would be the last part. Again, I don't think I have enough space to lay it all out, but I'm gonna do the best that I can. Start with this one here. And honestly, I'm just gonna be playing around with it a little bit to see how it looks. And I'm gonna be moving some things around. So I'll give you guys updates as I go. So I've laid out most of, well, all of the blue actually, all of the navies. This right here would be the end of this part of the quilt. This is the end, this top is the end, and then here at the bottom is where it closes. So I just need to fill in print on this side, fill in the missing print parts in that section, and fill in the missing print parts in that section. And remember that the corner ones are solid whites, which I do have with me, and that would be the quilt. So far, I'm liking how it looks. I'm still trying to play around with the color a little bit. Once I have all of the squares ready, I do have a handful of squares in the other room that I need to finish squaring off. And then once I have that, I'll be able to finish the quilt. And I'm going to take a little bit of a break. I need to eat something before I continue, and then I'll get back to it. This video should be coming up on Thursday. It is Monday, so hopefully between now and then I have some time to start sewing up all these squares, but we shall see. I'll see you guys in a bit. Alrighty, so I have completed more or less the whole quilt. This is how it would look. I've been playing around with the colors a little bit, just trying to balance out all of the patterns and the colors. I did have about 4 squares left over. 2 of the gray ones, 2 of the dark, that little dark, like the dark coral, as well as one of the white, one of the white with the gold, which would be that square in the middle. So I'm pretty happy with how it looks. I think I like it. So now what we have to do is take them, and I'm probably going to be taking row by row, row by row, row by row, row by row, so I can go ahead and start to sew them all together. We have to sew the lines together, and then we would have to sew the strips together as we go. I'm debating if I should take all of them, or take like 2 or 3 rows at a time. Obviously have them labeled so I don't miss sew anything, and then see how that works. I do have the pen that is erasable, so I'm thinking that I could also label each of the squares, starting at the top with like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just so I don't mess anything up. But yeah, I think we're good to start assembling it. Again, we just have to literally take it row by row and sew it. Once this is done, now I do have a little bit of an issue. I know that these points here might not be as sharp once I sew it all, but I'm going to try to keep them as sharp as possible. I know I should have left a little bit of a lip on it, but it is what it is, and whatever comes out of it will come out of it. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and start taking them down, start sewing them together. We're going to travel over to the other room and get going. So I'm a little bit nervous. I just want to make sure that I get all of the pieces in order. It's taken a while. I kind of like assembled it yesterday. Today's the next day, by the way. I assembled it yesterday, and then I came back and I would move squares around, and then I would leave it for a little bit and then come back and try to work around it. But even then, I think, I don't know. I think it's looking okay. I might focus on doing like quadrants. So I might do this up to this, like this line right here first, and then I'll do the bottom quadrant, and then I'll do this top quadrant, and then this bottom one. I think it'll be easier to assemble that way than to have like long rows go at a time. So probably gonna take the first six squares, 12, 18, all the way up to this line, but I'll probably take like 2 rows at a time. Again, the sewing machine is still in the other room. I'm in the what's supposed to be the new sewing room. So that'll be fun, having to transport everything back and forth. But yeah, I am pretty happy with how it looks so far. And let's see what we can get done from now until tomorrow, which tomorrow is Wednesday. Hopefully we can have this completed before the video goes up. But I'll see you guys shortly. So we have our first strip sewn. So far, so good. We're looking great. I have pressed all of the things to this side, which means the next row, I'm going to press them over to the other side. So when it comes time to piece them together, it'll be easier. So the seams will just nest in together. So I'm going to go ahead and continue then with the rest of the rows. We're going to place this one here. That one is done. Now we just need to continue with the rest of it. So we finished the lines or rows of the first quadrant. I would just need to now flip them, sew each of them together, and then sew all three parts together. I'm going to go ahead and continue working on this. I'll bring you guys back once I have it all pieced together, see how it turns out. Again, we are still missing that backing. I'm not entirely sure what I want to do for it. I'm leaning on something like this pattern would be really good, something that I'm kind of looking for. Something like blue with either flowers or blue with something yellow, something goldish. But I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, something like this is what I'm leaning towards. I would like to use on the back, but I need to find it. I haven't found it yet. But let me go ahead and continue then with piecing of this quilt, and then we will see you guys back once it's all completed. Alrighty, so I have finished the whole first quarter of this panel. It is all pieced together. No, I have not pressed it, but here's how we are looking so far. I know all these threads eventually will go. Now, once I find the backing fabric that I want to use, I am not going to take it to a long arm. I'm going to quilt it myself. I still don't know how. I might just follow the diagonal lines. I don't know. That's something for later. But here's how we're looking so far. This one is all pieced together already. I'm super excited. I just need 3 more to go. But I think that should be interesting. I am going to go ahead and pause for today. It's a little bit late. There's some things that I need to get done before tomorrow. So I'm going to go ahead and pause here. Looking at time, if I start tomorrow as soon as I get home from work, I may be able to finish the whole top. If not, definitely I'll try to finish at least one more of these quarters, and then we'll see where we go from there. But I'm going to pause for today. I will see you guys tomorrow, and then let's see what we can get done. So we are back. It is Thursday, actually. I am getting ready to finish up the video. Just wanted to give you guys a quick update, close out the video. Unfortunately, I was not able to work on the quilt yesterday. Therefore, we still only have this one quadrant completed. But all of it is ready within these next few days before the next quilt update. All of this should be completed. Hopefully by then as well, I will have my backing fabric. Next weekend, I will be out of town. It's when I have my race. So the update for the quilt will be shortly after that. So once I have settled. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure you hit that like button. If you have any suggestions for a backing, I'm still debating as well if I should add a border or not. I want to. I think it'll just help frame it all better. However, I don't know what color of fabric to use. I might just use this blue one, or maybe the backing, the fabric that I will use for the backing. But let me know down below what you guys think. Should we add a border? Should we not add a border? And then any suggestions that you have for backing fabric. Thank you guys again for so much for watching. Remember to subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.